American and Israeli military forces have launched a coordinated bombing campaign deep inside Iranian territory, striking logistical targets across the country. Donald Trump described the operation as the definitive end of 47 years of corruption and death, predicting an entire civilization could face its conclusion tonight. Yet the immediate reaction from Tehran bypassed typical military logic. The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps turned its rhetoric away from the West, issuing a direct military ultimatum to neighboring Arab nations. An IRGC spokesperson declared the era of regional friendship officially over, promising to dismantle the oil and gas hubs of neighboring states. This decision to hold the Middle East's entire energy economy hostage while under active bombardment suggests a specific underlying strategy, one that becomes clear when examining the exact nature of the Western targets. The recent bombardment functioned as a calculated decapitation of Iran's physical logistics, stripping away the infrastructure required to move goods, troops, and energy across the country. Precision strikes systematically dismantled the national transit network, hitting vital railway lines in Isfahan and Karaj, ripping up tracks to paralyze internal movement. By targeting highway bridges and railways in Qom and Hashtrut, the operation severed the primary transit corridor connecting Tehran to Isfahan. As these supply lines snap, the capital becomes physically isolated, effectively drawing a broken ring around Tehran. This isolation extends to the economy, with cruise missiles striking the Malavi Bazaar and heavily bombarding Kharg Island, the extraction hub responsible for processing the vast majority of Iran's crude oil exports. In a single wave of attacks, the United States and Israel successfully paralyzed Iran's surface connectivity and its primary economic engines. To justify threats against its neighbors, Tehran points to a perceived betrayal by surrounding Arab states. The IRGC claims these nations allowed Western ballistic and cruise missiles to pass through or launch from their sovereign airspace, making them complicit in the destruction of Iranian infrastructure. However, the devastation on the surface hides a chilling reality. Iran's vast network of underground missile silos remains largely untouched by the bombardment. Iran has explicitly prepared its Fateh and Khaibar classes of ballistic missiles for a retaliatory campaign against the Arab energy sector. These heavy payload systems are designed to bypass regional air defenses entirely. A single strike on exposed oil facilities would be sufficient to trigger a catastrophic failure of the regional energy infrastructure. Iran leverages an asymmetric advantage. With its surface assets burning, it threatens vulnerable neighbor economies with an arsenal safely hidden within subterranean tunnels. Inside Iran, the conflict has reached the level of total mobilization, turning a regional dispute into a desperate fight for national survival. The Jean Fada campaign has seen 14 million citizens register for military readiness, signaling a massive internal shift toward a state of total war. This mobilization is so absolute that even President Massoud has formally registered his name to fight on the front lines. This creates a scorched earth reality. Tehran's message is clear: if their own economy is destroyed, they will ensure their neighbors share that fate. If Iran follows through on halting Middle Eastern oil and gas extraction, the global energy supply would face a deficit that could last for years, with consequences for every major market on Earth. While the initial surface strikes achieved their tactical goals, they have cornered a heavily armed nation, transforming a localized conflict into an imminent threat to the survival of the global energy supply.